Good evening and a very warm welcome to the 360 degree of today. I am really delighted to be having you and thank you very much for joining us. Over the last 7 years, Rwanda has made a remarkable progress with over 1.5 million people moving out from the poverty line, and also a significant progress was made from the Rwanda's poverty line system. Today I'm totally honored because behind these achievements are deliberate policies and programs designed not only to provide support, but also to empower citizens to become self-reliant and economically productive. One of the key initiatives driving this transformation in the national strategy of the Sustainable Development Graduation, commonly known as the Gira Wigire program. I believe that many of you who know, who have been in the rural areas in Rwanda, we do know this. And there was also the VUP Umurenge program, which has been also one of the things that have been implementing, that have been a key role in combating this. Today I'm totally honored to be having Rosette Mutesi as the graduation advisor from Minaloc. Welcome very much.
Thank you so much, Inora, for having us.
Thank you so much. And also on the other side, I do have Jean-Pierre Sibomana, who is the country director in the Village Enterprise. Welcome very much.
Thank you for having me, Gladys.
Thank you so much. We'll be having also going through how Rwanda is reducing poverty through the national graduation strategy. To start with, Rosette, Rwanda has reduced poverty significantly over the past decade, with more than 1.5 million people lifted out of poverty since 2017. What would you say about are the key factors that has made that possible?
Yeah, thank you so much. First of all, I greet everyone who is online, and whoever is following us, please feel free to know that we are here. Minaloc is here to actually explain some of the things that drove why poverty reduced at this percentage that we are going to see in this dialogue. So I am Rosette Mutesi. I am the graduation advisor.
Yes.
I am working at the Ministry of Local Government. So yeah, one of the things that really drove, all the factors that really drove poverty reduction, I would say that it is good policies that have been put in place by the government. Yeah, what do I mean by good policies? If you can recall, in 2017, at least 1.5 million of Rwandans have been lifted out of poverty. And it didn't just come like that. Yeah. So it was because of the good policies that were put in place. If you can talk about the EDPRS really, and VUP, really aimed at reducing people that are in poverty. And the program didn't really stop there. The program continuously improved and strengthened in 2022, where the national strategy for sustainable graduation was evolved. So this strategy really came to actually fulfill all these gaps that the previous strategies didn't actually tackle. So the national strategy came as a multi-sectoral approach. It came to fulfill and actually help all the households that are in poverty. It came to do the sequencing interventions and time-bound of interventions, which the EDPRS and the VUP didn't really tackle. So in a nutshell, good policies, EDPRS, VUP, and National Strategy for Sustainable Graduation came as factors to actually reduce poverty significantly.
Sure. Thank you so much. To you, Jean-Pierre, the Village Enterprise has been really playing a significant role in helping Rwanda with the poverty graduation agenda. What really attracted you to be partnering with Rwanda and also to be helping Rwanda to move from the poverty line?
Yeah, well, let me start by thanking RwandaTV and Minaloc for Village Enterprise to be part of this interesting conversation around poverty graduation. and allow me to start talking a little bit about Village Enterprise. So Village Enterprise is a non-profit organization working to end extreme poverty across rural Africa using entrepreneurship, innovation, and collective action. So our proven cost-effective poverty graduation model empowers and equips the most vulnerable people we target with entrepreneurial and financial literacy skills, and provide them with the startup capital to start small income generating activities, grow income, asset and savings, and put them on the right and sustainable pathways out of poverty. So coming back to the question about why Village Enterprise was attracted to partner with the government of Rwanda in the implementation of the National Strategy for Sustainable Graduation. I just want to highlight that in addition to implementing our cost-effective poverty graduation model, Village Enterprise provides the technical assistance to governments across rural Africa. Across sub-Saharan Africa. Yes. And part of that technical assistance, we sensitize, it is in our priorities to sensitize and provide the support to different governments to design and launch their own poverty graduation strategies. So coming to Rwanda and working in Rwanda when they have one, it was a great step ahead. It was a great stepping stone for us to co-create programs and start the implementation. That's why we joined hand with the government to co-create the Rwanda Scaling Project, which is currently being implemented, and it is one of the successful government stakeholder collaboration on poverty graduation, not just in Rwanda, but across our region.
Does it operate in all parts of the country currently in Rwanda?
So in terms of implementation, we are operating currently in the 4 districts, which are Rulindo, Burera, Nyagatare, and Gicumbi, and we provide the technical assistance to the implementation machinery, including supporting Minarok and Iroda, including staff embedded in those institutions, as well as staff embedded in district, plus different technical and financial support to develop the monitoring and evaluation systems.
Sure. Thank you so much. To you, Josette, it has been already 4 years that the Ministry of Local Government has established the National Strategy for Sustainable Graduation, which is Gira, Wigire. For now, can you let us know what are the achievements so far?
Thank you so much again. The achievements are many. And if I can start with having translated the strategy into actionable impact, is an achievement itself. So having the partners actually working to fulfill what is written in the strategy is another plus of achievement. So we do have a coordination framework right from the central to local government. So we do have National Steering Committee at central level that oversee the smooth implementation of the national strategy. We also have other committees at local levels, district, sector, village, and district, sector, cell and village. All these local government structures have like graduation committees that actually coordinates the smooth implementation of the strategy. So this is another achievement that we are proud of, to institutionalize and establish all these committees in the local government structures. Another big achievement is having social registry in place that targets the households that should be enrolled in the program. So social registry itself is a system that actually targets those households that are eligible to be enrolled in the program. And also we have another one that is actually being operational that is called poverty graduation management information system. This is another system that actually will track the household progress journey.
Yes.
If the household started with without like having food, how will it end if the cohort or if the graduation cycle is ended? So this PGMIS, it is called PGMIS in short, which is the Poverty Graduation Management Information System that tracks the household progress graduation journey.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Over to you, Mr. Jean-Pierre. How does the Village Enterprises model complement the Gira Wigire program so far?
Well, thank you. I think we complement it in many ways. One is sharing the expertise. There is this model that Village Enterprise has been working on it for over 37 years across different contexts. So working in Rwanda and working with the government of Rwanda in different districts, we implement it, we add the number of people supported, but also we show different stakeholders, including the government, that if you sequence interventions like that, if you are intentional in terms of training, apply right tools and training, provide the startup capital, people would grow income and, you know, get to the right pathway out of poverty. That is one. Two is co-creating program. For instance, we started by implementing directly our model. But after some time, we realized that there is this convergence and alignment within the existing programs, like the VUP Rosette just talked about. So we co-created a program that could leverage Village Enterprise strength in terms of training and the startup capital through the VUP financial service. And then this is something we believe could work even beyond the project phase out. Three, it's in terms of tracking systems. Part of our technical system to the government, we realized that even the strategy clearly highlighted, monitoring and evaluation and progress tracking is a critical aspect. So we intentionally supported the development of the Poverty Graduation Management Information System for the government of Rwanda and the stakeholders to be able to track effectively the poverty graduation progress. So I think these are the three ways Village Enterprise currently support the implementation of the national strategy for sustainable graduation, and definitely we are members, active members of different coordination mechanisms like social protection sector working group, where we co-chairs the graduation and livelihood subcommittee. Those are the ways we Village Enterprise contribute to the strategy.
Yes. Ms. Rosette, help me help other people, our viewers right now, because I know that many people have been hearing about Gira Wigire program, about the VUP, but we don't know the difference, while there is a big difference between that. The one have been there for 4 years already, but another one is a bit, longer than that. Can you just help us get the uniqueness of the Gira Wigire program more than the VUP?
Sure. Basically, the National Strategy for Sustainable Graduation is a multi-sectoral approach strategy. If I say a multi-sectoral approach strategy, it needs everyone on board. So that's why the government works with partners to actually fulfill the graduation essentials, what we call graduation essentials. The basic needs, the assets, the coaching. No single entity can fulfill all these aspects. So if National Strategy for Sustainable Graduation is also a sequenced, time-bound strategy. If a household is in need of an asset, you don't need to give an asset a household before coaching how this asset will be taken care of. Because at the end of it all, this household will eat the other asset if it is a cow.
Yes.
So the strategy emphasizes the sequencing of interventions of what comes first and what comes next, so that there is efficiency of resources. We don't need to actually train a household on the livelihood before having parasocial workers. We have frontliners who are called parasocial workers at the village level. These people help train or coach the households at village level. So they do home visits, and they make sure that the resources in that area are being efficient enough so that the households can take advantage of them. So the difference between the strategy and the VUP program, one, the strategy itself is a sequenced, time-bound program, whereas the VUP is giving different interventions to different beneficiaries. So the part of sequencing is really emphasized in the strategy.
Which one of the two actually has a lot of people that is helping currently?
So the National Strategy for Sustainable Graduation right now works closely with VUP. Since VUP has some components that are also used in the National Strategy for Sustainable Graduation.
Yes.
So we can't differentiate or say that one is for social protection. Okay, let me explain this very well. So the VUP has some components that fall in social protection. Those that are elderly people, those people living with disability, those people that can't be able to work. So those people are categorized in the VUP program, which is social protection.
Yes.
And other people that are able to work, these are the people that are actually enrolled in the graduation program. Yeah. So in terms of the percentage, right now, the National Strategy for Sustainable Graduation, since people who are able to work, I would say there are many, we would specifically say that the strategy is helping a lot compared to the VUP.
Yes, yes. Jean-Pierre, your programs focuses heavily on entrepreneurship. Why is entrepreneurship such a powerful tool for helping families escape extreme poverty, in your point of view?
Well, that is a very good question. I would explain it as, there are things we need to have to access income and thrive. We could have assets. We need to have assets. Two, we need to possess competences for someone to work and be compensated for the service rendered. And three, we need to be entrepreneur and benefit from the add value, right? So when you look at the most vulnerable people we do target, they don't possess assets. They don't have competences.
Yes.
But we strongly believe that if someone is well trained and provided with the right skills and tools, plus the startup capital, could start income generating activity and start making, the money. On top of that, we believe that entrepreneurship could grow the community economy and could be effective in terms of sustainable income instead of perpetual aids. And as we implement this model, Village Enterprise has evidence that in terms of return on investment, the small amount of investment you invest to support small businesses could create much value in terms of income, asset, and savings to the targeted households.
Yes. Pierre, the level of literacy in Rwanda has really risen. It's now on a good level, but we cannot, of course, maybe deny that we still have some people who are still illiterate, and those are the same people that need your services, need your help in the entrepreneurship skills that you're trying to give to them, something like that. Do you also plan something aside of maybe helping them to know how they're going to be using their startup capitals, something like that?
Yeah, exactly. Part of our training, our modules are well tailored to the people we target. We know illiteracy,
Yes.
is something else in sub-Saharan Africa,
Yes.
and we still have the same problem in Rwanda. So we have intentionally designed our training curriculums to cater for people who don't know to write or read. And specifically for our business groups and business saving groups, we encourage our beneficiaries to work in groups. Working in groups brings the value in terms of leveraging everyone's capacity and skills and knowledge. For instance, if someone doesn't know to write, another one on the group could do the work. So that's what addresses the issue of illiteracy. But yes, I agree, it's still an issue. It's just a matter of alignment and tailoring materials to the targeted people.
Yes, thank you so much. Ms. Rosette, one of the main goals of the Gira Wigire program is to move families from dependency to self-reliance. Now, my question is, how exactly does the program achieve this transformation?
Yeah, that's a good one. Thank you so much. The National Strategy for Sustainable Graduation makes it clear that the program runs for a 2-year period.
Yes.
Plus 1 year follow-up. And this period is communicated to households enrolled in the program. And it is not only communicated to households enrolled in the program, but also they have to sign contracts. We call them graduation contracts. Each household that is enrolled in the program has to sign the contract that specifically says you're here, but you're not going to stay for good. There is an end for this period. So after 2 years, you're going to move out of this program. So what do we do in those 2 years?
Yes.
We make sure that we do capacity building to our households that are enrolled in the program. We not only do capacity building to the households, but also to the trainers. The trainers or coaches are parasocial workers that are based at village level. The government invested a lot in the parasocial workers, up to 14,000 parasocial workers across the country. 1 parasocial worker per village. These people have significant work to train, to coach the households that are enrolled in this program to actually understand why they are there and to take advantage of the resources that are in the area so that they can diversify all the opportunities that come to their way. So they are aware of the program, and the parasocial workers are there to help in their home visit exercises that are done every week.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mr. Pierre, is there any concrete example of a family's life that has been maybe transformed with your support of the village enterprise? If there is any, you can just share, a story, just a short story about it.
Yeah. No, I can talk about many stories because I conduct, several field visits to see the impact of our work. But there is one which still strikes me of a lady called Florence in Rulindo.
Yes.
She is a mother of 2 who is abandoned by her husband in the last 10 years. And at the time the Village Enterprise was enrolling her on the program, she was in real poverty. And you can see and feel it. She testified of how she couldn't even save 5,000 francs in 6 months or in a year. So we're just working for
spending,
which could not even be sufficient to cater for the basic needs. And she could hardly manage 1 or 2 meals a day.
Yes.
So I then joined our program. As I said earlier, she was trained on entrepreneurship, received necessary tools, provided with the startup capital, and together with 2 other group members, they started a rabbit farming business. And with the coaching from our business mentors and our different support and mentorship, currently, the time we are talking, that is like a year ago, she was telling me that her assets and capital was grown almost up to 4 million francs. You know, in Rwanda, you know, 4 million, what 4 million francs means. Honestly, to me, that very person who was not able to save 5,000 2-3 years ago, and currently could collect asset valued at 4 million francs, that's a real progress. So that is just one story. And I could go on and talk about other stories in Rwanda. In Rwanda, we have more than 30,000 similar stories. And across Africa, where we operate, we have more than 300,000 households with the same story, but who have been supported and currently are doing well. This is the story of Florence. Is a clear and a great gesture of how exiting the poverty is possible, and how if someone is really provided with the support, could break the poverty cycle in his or her family.
Sure. Ms. Rosette, I'm not going to be also asking you the same question, because I believe that you've been partnering in helping many families be going out of the poverty line. So moving on with you, the digital social registry has been described as a game changer. How has it improved the targeting and support of vulnerable households today?
Interesting. The system itself in the government is a game changer, as you named it. It is really helping the government to target those people that are eligible for this program.
Yes.
And the system itself is dynamic. So there is continuous update of information of households. Whatever intervention is done to a household, there is an update. So, and the system itself is interconnected with other systems, which makes it way bigger. So it is interconnected with NIDA system, with VUP.
The national identification.
Yes.
Okay.
VUP components.
Yes.
It is also connected with CBHI.
Yes.
So once the household is targeted, all these assets that are connected to these households are also seen in the system. So it has really changed a lot in terms of targeting, which is different from the previous, because in the previous they could do just manual. Like they could just assemble communities in the assembly and make sure, oh, Rosette family, because of not having ABCD, the family is poor. But now the system is based on data, which really is making everything accurate and time and data accurate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mr. Pierre, why is partnership so important? Because when you look at the stakeholder involvement, is often described as critical to the success of the sustainable graduation.
Yeah, there is an example that is usually given to describe how important is togetherness. They say, you know, if you want to go far, go together. But if you want to be quick,
yes,
go alone, right? So, and the National Strategy for Sustainable Graduation clearly highlights the importance of stakeholders and collaboration for its effective implementation. So I think stakeholders are important to partner with the government, one in terms of sharing their diverse expertise collected from other contexts. I earlier talked about what Village Enterprise is doing and how it's sharing that expertise with different governments, including the government of Rwanda. You can talk about many other organizations also supporting in that area with their unique approaches which are really making the difference. So that is the first area. Two, in terms of resources, especially we are in the period where globally resources are shrinking, especially resources going to social protection. So this is the right time for the government to attract different stakeholders to contribute to resources. And definitely, last but not the least, to me,
yes,
sharing ideas on how collectively we could achieve the end and ultimate goal of the strategy. So basically, those are the three to me, I think are critical for stakeholders' collaboration.
Yes. Ms. Rosette, poverty is not only about a low income earned by some families, but also these families, they face poor health, they face climate shocks, unemployment, something like that. How does this strategy address these vulnerabilities?
Yeah, thank you. The strategy, again, is a multi-sectoral approach. And the strategy really covers a range of interventions, be it health, be it employment, be it shocks and everything.
Yes.
So the strategy prioritizes, when giving assets, it prioritizes climate smart options. For instance, the climate smart classic public works, if the households are engaged in classic public works activities, they are actually directed to do the public infrastructure territories.
Yes.
For instance, the radical terracing, to actually mitigate all these climate risks. So all the beneficiaries or participants in the program are actually directed to go engage in those activities that can really bring calamities in the area. That's why we do have classic public works beneficiaries that do radical terracing to actually mitigate all these risks that can bring risks to health of people. And in line with maybe employment opportunities, also the strategy prioritizes the participants to be involved in saving groups. We found this strategy as a way of giving the households opportunities to invest in small business activities, however much they're small, but they're at least investing.
Yes.
So having put in together the small coin that they have and invest it, this makes them to be busy and not unemployed. And the VUP also component of NSDS, this also actually supports mothers who are pregnant and those mothers who have children under 2. Why? Because the government really is eradicating malnutrition and stunting. So I would say that the strategy is a comprehensive document that really tackles all these areas that makes the household stable and not shun in the poverty.
Yes. Mr. Pierre, today in many communities here in Rwanda, in the rural areas, several of them, the village savings and loan associations and what they call ibimina or maybe tontines, it has been really popular. In your view, how do they help families build a resilience and also financial independence?
Yeah, thank you. Currently, the community saving groups for village, in our case, in village enterprise, we call them business saving groups. So these are very important because one, it creates a forum, a financial support system, which is community-based. Two, it's made by the people who know each other, who are close to each other and have this, trust between them and could be able to save and collect money effectively. Two, it addresses the issue of inaccessibility to these commercial and microfinance institutions. In the community, people still think that going to a commercial financial institution or microfinance finance institution is just reserved for these elite people, elite people who have enough money and savings. But these community-based saving groups right in their community help them to feel comfortable, easily save, and could easily get a loan to finance their small income generating activities and, grow as a community. And to us, it's also a channel for financial education and entrepreneurship, training.
Is it really, actually, as a question of curiosity, is it really easy for you to be, making them understand that they have to do savings, something that will be helping them financially day to day?
Yeah, it's not easy because so many people still think, not just the vulnerable people we target, still think that you save after eating, that you save when you have enough. So that's why we are there to train them and sensitize them to start saving small. If you have 200, that's enough. Start saving it. And within those groups, there are some stories of people who started saving 500 per week, and they are currently saving between 5,000 and 10,000 per week. So this shows how you can start small and grow. And those already established saving groups serve as a benchmark for others who still think that when you are poor, you cannot save. So we bring those people in the neighboring community to come and see how people have started saving small, how people were even poorer than them, but they are really doing well currently. So basically, I think we still need these community-based saving groups to increase financial inclusion and access to finance to those people with low literacy and who still thinking that saving is just reserved for elite people.
Yes. Rosette,
Yes.
how does Gira Wigire strategy contribute to Rwanda's vision of 2050 and also to the national strategy for transformation?
Yeah, thank you. That's a good one. And the National Strategy for Sustainable Graduation, or Gira Wigire program, also is written in a way that didn't just stop tomorrow. It actually captured even the future. Yes. To know if we have put households in a cohort, they are not going to stay there forever. There is another cohort that is going to come after. And the strategy, it is a continuous document that that is adaptable.
Yes.
That is one. So being it adaptable, it also goes with years. So if we talk about the NST2, how does the strategy work with the NSS2 in terms of job creation? There is a pillar in NSS2 that is called job creation for the poor.
Yes, for the poor.
Right. And what does the strategy do about it? There is what we call TVET trainings. So the government is trying to make sure that it does enough TVET training areas for the youth in different households that are vulnerable to have this capacity of maybe, let's say, welding, let's say, sewing. So all these areas have been put in place to make sure that people in enrolled households are able to work so that they can also create jobs for others. So that's one. And the other one on the Vision 2050, the government is also make sure that the classic public works are smart public works, are climate smart public works. Yes. How is this done? It is exactly done through the other radical terracing that I've been talking about, and also making sure that the environment is catered for. Yeah, so basically the strategy visioned it further to NSS2 and Vision 2050 to make sure that the households get enough job, and also to make sure that the climate is catered, the environment is catered for.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Beyond financial support, what should mentorship and also mindset change play in helping these people?
So for poverty graduation, human agency is very important.
Yes.
You know, it starts with me. It starts with the program participant. That's why the strategy, the National Strategy for Sustainable Graduation, clearly call beneficiaries graduating participants. They are not beneficiaries.
Yes.
They should actively contribute to what's happening in their lives. So in addition to the training we give them, we call upon them to take part actively in what's happening. And our modules are built in the way it increases the human agency, and people feel very central to what's happening.
Yes, and looking ahead, what are the government's priorities for now for strengthening the implementation of Gira Wigire program?
Well, I would say government priorities are many. I would start with more coordination of the program.
Yes.
and more capacity building to local government leaders, and also building robust systems that really monitor and evaluate every single intervention of the program. So priorities are many, but systems building is the most important thing to the government, to make sure that this program, yes, is there, but what is it giving us? How are households being benefited? What are the indicators being put in place to make sure that, okay, this household started like this, and they ended like this? So all it is doing is actually making sure that it is a data-driven government. So the government doesn't want to base on just something that is not accurate. So the government really wants to base on something that are accurate.
Yes. Actually, are there still some challenges that you're facing to achieve the sustainable graduation?
Oh, I would say challenges, of course, are there.
Of course.
Yeah, and one of the, if I can call the most biggest challenge is the mindset of people.
Yes.
You know, no one can change someone. As my colleague said, it starts with you. If you want to know where to get, you should also put their effort to reach there. So having social workers at the village level, that's not enough. So what is enough? It is these households which wants to come out of poverty. So the mindset is still a challenge. However, since we have all these structures being put in place, right from this central to local, the government is actually trying their best to coach the households.
Yes.
Yeah.
What lessons has the village enterprise learned from working with many communities across the country so far?
Well, first of all, we have learned that it is possible. When you are intentional in terms of whom you are targeting, how you are training them, and the kind of support in terms of assets and continuous coaching you are providing, someone could really get lead out of poverty. And two, capacity building is very critical. So in several randomized controlled trials that village enterprise has conducted, we realized that coaching and training has much effect to someone's journey than even the size of the startup capital which is provided. And there is a very big alignment with the National Strategy for Sustainable Graduation, because it will also highlight the importance of coaching. So we have learned that we need to be intentional and serious about coaching people, training people. Three, there is a need of a small push, small startup capital. We are targeting vulnerable people. I talked about an example of someone who haven't been able to save up to 5,000 francs. So that very person needs a small push, a small startup capital for him or her to start what he or she's thinking as a business. And last but not least, it's in terms of collaboration, working together, getting together as a community, getting together, working in a group. I talked about the importance of saving groups for the case of village enterprise. Not just saving groups, but working together on a business add value in terms of that complementarity, in terms of different potentials every member of the group could bring on the table.
Yes, yes. Now we are closely coming to our end, but that is not going to make us not ask the questions to the both of you. What do you believe that the local communities today should play as a key role in also poverty reduction for their families, for their households?
Interesting, yeah. Local communities should be the first to change their lives. One, they should also sustain what has been put in place, be it water trenches, be it electricity lines, be it health facilities in place. These are their facilities, and they benefit a lot from them. So they should sustain what has been put in place by the government. Because eventually, these are the things that will make them actually, this is actually the services that are near to them and will make them actually be of good health in their communities.
Yes,
Yeah.
and to you, how can the private sector today contribute to more to helping vulnerable households become economically independent?
Good. That's a very good question. I think, to me, private sector is also an important partner and critical stakeholder for the graduation agenda.
Yes.
When I think about private sector, I think about market and creating the value chain. Part of our approach, I talked about retail, agriculture, and animal keeping. So if someone is doing retail, he or she needs somewhere to get products. If someone is involved in agriculture and animal keeping, he or she needs somewhere to sell those produces. So the first role of the private sector is to create that market and the value chain. Two, it's in terms of providing employment.
Yes.
So the strategy highlights the role of private sector in terms of providing employment to prioritizing the most vulnerable people. So with a developed private sector, there will be critical in terms of job creation for the most vulnerable. And the last but not least, to me, is in terms of resources. I talked about shrinking resources this time. Part of the corporate social responsibilities, it's in the responsibilities of private sectors to also contribute resources to the community good.
Sure, sure. Since time is not only on our side, let me just also go over to Rosette. If you are speaking currently to a family currently struggling with poverty, what message would you like to give to them?
Wow, that's a good one. I will tell this specific household that poverty is not a situation. And poverty doesn't define you.
Yes.
Keep learning and keep investing in small opportunities around you. Because poverty eventually ends. Yeah.
Sure, sure. Thank you so much. Finally, what gives you confidence that Rwanda can achieve its ambition of eliminating extreme poverty and building a more prosperous society for all? We do have like just 30 seconds for the both of you.
Right. Starting with me, the first thing which gives me confidence that we are on the right track, it is that we have at least a strategy. So having a strategy means the country, the government is intentional to the well-being, to improving the well-being of its people. So this is a great stepping stone and one step towards finding the solution. Two, we have stories of households which were supported and graduated. So if it happened to those particular households, it could happen to someone else. So, and talking on behalf of Village Enterprise, we have especially conducted a number of researches, randomized control trials, longitudinal studies, and all those proven that what we are providing really work. So it's up to us to scale it and collaborate with the government to make sure that we are reaching to as many households, families as possible.
Sure, sure. Over to you, Rosette.
Yeah, one, data-driven precision. Having social registry in place, making sure that the government resources are being put to the exact people that they need to go to. That is one assurance that we are on the right track. Two, having local leaders drive this strategy, right from the central to local entities. It is also another assurance that